Hello, guys, and welcome back to yet another meetup of Kaggle Day Surat. Today, I'm very glad to host Ravit, who always hosts other people, and I feel quite nice to host him today. So, welcome, Ravit.
Hello. Kaggle Day, Surat, amazing stuff. And I'm so happy, Manpreet, that I'm on your show. I can see Suzanne is already here. So, hi, Suzanne, and thanks for being here. Hi, Kushal. And such a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Manpreet. You're doing a fantastic job by interviewing folks who are making some strides in the community, which is superb. I won't take over. I'll let you host your show. Otherwise, it would look like more of other Ravit show. So yeah.
Okay, before we move ahead, tell people about the Ravit Jain, the Ravit show. Who is
Yeah.
Ravit?
Definitely, happy to. So basically, I'm Ravit Jain. Obviously, I work for Pack Publishing as a community manager. I make sure that I closely work with authors, tech authors who are publishing book with us, and I'm making sure that the global market, the global communities, are actually getting the right books in their right hands. And obviously, it is helpful for the authors, so making sure that educating everyone out there in the small communities and small pockets around the globe, and also making sure that anyone around is want to know more about publishing, tech publishing. I'm helping them through, and yes, that's about me in a nutshell, what I do at Pack Publishing. And the Ravit Show, obviously, it is a show to help individuals and companies to ramp up their business, and also making sure interviewing folks who are making some strides in the community. So yeah, that's there. And I think the Ravit show has been the folks around have been very kind. They have been It's been almost 9 months now that I've been hosting the Ravit show, and the engagement is amazing. I see a lot of people actually benefiting out of it, which was the purpose, because somehow if you can give it back to the community, it's something that will make you happy by end of the day. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, we have a lot of people joining us.
Hmm.
Hello to everyone who have joined us today.
Hi everyone,
Uh,
thanks for
yeah.
joining. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving ahead, Ravit, as you
Yeah.
said, you want to give back to community. So what does community thing mean to you? Why do you think it's important to give back? Uh, and
Yeah,
why?
I see that
What does
Suzanne's question.
and what does it mean to you?
Okay, so community is obviously we all are a part of community. First thing is that is very important to understand, because I what I feel is I'm very close to the community, because I feel I can help people with maybe free resources, or maybe with the books that Pact is publishing, or maybe the other books that are available freely. But today, when I look at the data science field, or the data even the professionals who are wanting to get into the data science field, or maybe the beginners who are wanting to actually get into that field, the most common question what we hear from everyone is how to get into data science, or maybe how to become a data scientist, or maybe a data analyst or an engineer. And considering that, I felt having going around in the community and spreading the word and spreading good resources for them, anything that's useful, it is necessary. And that's one of the things that I make sure that I do for the community. I have my own Slack channel where I'll be helping people with different resources. If I have any books that I can share, definitely, why not? There are many free courses on internet. If not, there are many paid courses too, which can be helpful. I have a few folks who have already created great courses. Obviously, Kate, then George Firikin. These people have great courses. Go opt for them, and maybe you can upskill yourself. So all that is important, and I think being in the community, it is important to network. If you are networking with everyone out there, it is very important, because it will, first thing, it will help you grow. So, and the second thing is, obviously, you're getting connected, you're learning from each other. go network, engage on different posts, talk to people, know about what's evolving, what's happening, what's new, what's coming up, what they are doing. Take interest in other projects, go for internships. I know many people who go out for internships and they do really well. They are not paid, maybe sometimes they are paid as well at times. That's a very controversial thing, but what I think is, go out and do something for yourself. If you're a student, go do data science project, data any project that will help you upskill, and that will hit your resume, and it will be helpful for you. So yeah, I think being in that community, talk to people, be, spread that thing where you're having 10 people at least, that you're making new connections on LinkedIn, on maybe Twitter, if you're very active on Twitter. Talk to them, learn what they're doing, and it will help you grow. I think not only just sticking back to the book or courses will help, but also talking and networking and being in that community, and what's happening, what are the new things that are happening, is important to know. So yeah.
Yeah, but then as you say of community, you would find many people often even quoting that, why do
Mhm.
free work? What do you get out of it? Why do you
Yeah.
help people freely? So, what are your thoughts on this?
That's something what I feel is, I think it's politically very wrong according to me. Why do you not want to help someone for free? Obviously, there are things that you can create for yourself too. There are paid advertisements that you can do. Obviously, there are courses that you can create and obviously sell them. I'm not telling don't do that. That's obviously something you'll do for your bread and butter. But at the same time, the things what are available for free, and you can help folks around. So why not do that? I think that is like a divine job, and you're giving it back to the community. You have your own courses, you're earning out of them. But at the same time, if there are a few things you can do for the community, why not?
Yeah, we have few
Yeah.
questions from the
Yeah.
viewers. So,
Sure.
Aditi is asking, who is your inspiration, Ravit?
That's a very tricky question. My inspiration, there are many. I have my whole data gang. You can see Suzanne in here. She's one big inspiration. Kate Strackney is obviously an inspiration, not for just me, but I think for the whole data community, the energy, the positiveness that our community has. It's a fantastic inspiration. Scott is there, Scott Taylor. We have Tom Ives, obviously. Manpreet, you know Tom Ives very well. He's one father to everyone in the community. So, and the integrated mentoring sessions, definitely, those sessions happen every Saturday, and he's doing it for free. Now, when you talk about free in your earlier question, now you get the relation, how much it is helping the community when he's going out and with those integrated sessions, he's helping students to upskill themselves and helping the community. It's open for everyone, and those are happening for, I guess, an hour or two. There's an after party too, and all of those things. So he's creating communities, he's helping folks. But these are the guys who are an inspiration, and yeah, I think I enjoy being around the data gang, the data community, and there are many more people. I wouldn't be able to name everyone, but there's Ben Taylor, there's George Frickin, everyone out there. I think they are an inspiration to me. Yep. I can't hear you, Manpreet. You're on mute, maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No
And
worries.
thank you so much. And next is, what's next plan for you? Also adding to
Yeah, Manpreet, I can't hear you. Was that the question only
we
for me?
see that
Okay, you just went on mute, or maybe some network issue. No worries, you're back.
I meant to ask that you're always
Yeah.
on point on LinkedIn with everything from at night at 3 a.m. IST to morning 10 a.m. At IST. You're always active. So, how do you
Ah.
manage it? And what are your next
Hmm.
plans?
Okay, fantastic. First things first, obviously, I am active. Yeah, very active. I know sometimes very late in the night. I wouldn't suggest anyone doing that because it's not healthy. Sometimes I also have my own things where I feel very exhausted and, you feel burnt out. Don't let yourself get burnt out. Be around the community, be talk to people, but do it in the best hours possible, maybe in the afternoon and evenings, but don't do it late night. I wouldn't suggest that to anyone. How I do it, I don't know, but sometimes it's just about the motivation and the love that the community gives you, that keeps you motivated and on your toes all the time. So that's one of the things. My next plans, as Suzanne is asking, my next plans obviously to ramp up the Ravit show, and to make sure that I'm reaching a more wider audience in terms of spreading the books that Pack Publishing is publishing. And also another plan that I have is Suzanne is coming up with a book after summers. So this one's for you, Suzanne. I'll be reading your book and looking forward to that. Are you there, Manpreet? Yep, Manpreet, you're back.
Yeah, sorry.
No
When you
worries.
live stream, your net issue
That
is
tends to
something
happen.
you
I
have.
know. I know it. I know it all. So you don't need to worry.
And
I was
I
just
think
waiting back for you.
basically it happens only when you are live. It never happens when you're doing everything and watching movies, but when you're going live,
Exactly.
it happens only at that point.
That
Yeah.
is the fact
Well,
of going live and streaming live and interviewing. And I totally agree.
yeah, we have this one compliment for you that your cheat sheets are
Wow.
awesome for sure. So thank you
Thanks,
so
Kushal.
much.
Thanks,
And
Kushal.
we have this next question. What motivated you start the Ravit show
Hmm.
by
So
Shruti?
nice question, Shruti. Obviously, there were a few things that I wanted to do for the community, and it always helps, going out there and interviewing folks who are making some strides in the community. And that was one thing that I wanted to do for the community, because most of the times what happens is, when you go out and reach out to these influencers, data influencers, they are very busy, and you might have many questions. So I wanted to create a platform where you can know more about them, about their journeys, about and ask questions firsthand, because it's a live show. You can go out, and I'll be taking those questions. Sometimes obviously it kind of gets overwhelming, so you can't take all the questions, but a platform where you can learn from these data influencers and the companies who are making some new innovations in the data field. So that was one of the things that when I got the LinkedIn live permission, and then I thought, what should I be doing? Should I be just going live and talking about my journey all the time? But that doesn't make sense, right? Who would want to just listen to me? But then I thought the best was to just go out there and post the amazing people that we have in the data community, and not just limiting it to data community. Recently I had Paul Dupuy, who is the CEO of Randstad India, and he shared some amazing examples of leadership and about his journey. So that is one thing I think was in my mind, where this should be one of the areas how I can help the community. And it kind of went well, and to date I think people are liking it, touchwood. So I'm happy about it, and yeah, continue to do that. So thank you for that question.
Yeah. And what has been your journey so far? What are some of the important
Hmm.
lessons you learned while interviewing or while building
Hmm.
up this whole community, from LinkedIn page to handling the graphics to Slack community to getting the
Yeah,
guest and all? How what has been your lessons from it, if anyone wants to
hmm.
learn from it?
I think the lessons that I have learned is obviously just be who you are. First thing, don't try to act. If you are not a technical expert or you are learning yourself out there, just be who you are. and be open to things. Don't close doors where or be scared about the things that you're doing. If because what happens is, if I'm very, say, conscious about what I'm doing, about interviewing folks, it might not end that well. Rather be open, just be who you are, go out there, talk to people, and make yourself confident. And trust me, once you start going live, if I see my first episode and if I see my the last episode that I interviewed, there's a vast difference about interviewing. And I'm sure, Manpreet, you can relate it to that very well, because you are hosting Kaggle meetups and you know how it works. And you'll be so much better in handling things. Like, we just had a technical issue right now. Just for a small example, you knew that, okay, there's something that went uh, something has just gone wrong. And then I am sure if this would have happened in your first episode, you would have almost been on the verge of crying that, okay, what's gone wrong. And today you're like, okay,
Yeah.
there's a technical issue. That's very okay, because that can happen. It's not in your hands. It's not in
Yeah.
anyone's hands. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the lesson you need to learn, that you don't need to worry. You just need to go out there. If you have a topic, if you have some subject to discuss, go out there, talk to people. People love to discuss. I'm here today sitting on a Saturday evening and talking, because I love to talk. I love to interact with the community. And I'm sure the people out there, everyone's a human. First of all, let's understand that even if they are at the at a position which is at the peak, they're still human. So believe that everyone's a human. That's it. And be a human, be
Um,
kind to everyone. Yeah.
yeah. And Kushal has this one question, that what do you
Yeah.
think different or special about the data community, especially?
I think the most different thing about the data community is they are very closed, like closed as in they're very they we all share a close relationship. If Manpreet comes to me, she belongs to a data community. If she has a problem, I'll be like, okay, what's the problem? Let's, if I can't solve it, I'll maybe show her the right direction, or maybe if I can, I'll just get into it. And that's the relationship which the data community has. Everyone's standing for each other, everyone's helping each other in the best way possible they can. Not every community is that closed community that they are so helpful to each other. They can be out there for each other, which is different to me and special as well, because not every community would do things the way the data community does for each other. So yeah.
Yeah, like adding to this, my personal opinion is that you would find everyone appreciating each other's post. You would not find anyone being jealous of
Yeah.
each other's success, but rather
Yeah.
learning from their journey or their resources or
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty, that
Yep.
you learn together rather than, being alone. Nothing happens alone,
Exactly.
I guess. Yeah.
I
So,
think
talk.
it is always important to just be up with one thing, that is growing together is the motto. I have it behind the banner in very bold, that growing together is the motto. When you're growing together, no one can beat you. And when you have a community around you, you will actually be very confident in what you're doing, because and you'll have so much to learn from them. So yeah, definitely, I think I completely agree with you, Manpreet, there.
Yeah, that's what our integrated mentoring sessions are.
Exactly.
You learn from each other and go.
True.
Okay, yeah. Moving ahead with our next question is that you how do you deal with the criticism at times if you get,
Hmm.
because being now in that space, you now that you have completed all your LinkedIn connections, and now people
Yeah.
have to follow you, definitely no
Exactly.
choice. But then,
Yeah.
how do you maintain that space? You definitely might get people who would troll you, mock you, or say, "No, you are so
Hmm.
much. We see so much of you. Why this?"
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I I think I ignore. First thing, I don't care. That is the best approach, I would say. If it gets to my head, sometimes I might just think that, okay, can you just let me know maybe what's the problem, and if we can just resolve it somewhere. And if it suits your ego, and you're just in a better place, if it we resolve it somewhere, If not, most of the times I ignore, I don't care, because I am helping a bigger community. I am there for people who are wanting me, rather than me thinking of people, a person who's just not wanting me. So it is I just keep that balance, that I don't care about people who are wondering that, okay, why is Ravit just talking about his show, maybe why Ravit is talking about his books. Obviously I will be talking about those things, right? Because I am working for Pack Publishing as a community manager. I closely work with authors. We publish books. So what should I be doing? I should be, talking about books. I should be talking about the resources that are available and that can be helpful for folks. And obviously I am interviewing folks, so I think obviously I'll be talking about the show, so people also know that there's some show which is happening. So I think I deal with that very clearly, that I don't care and I ignore it very easily, that I have an important job to do for the community that I am in, and I have an important thing to do, that is to learn from our community, rather than focusing on the negativity and those criticisms. The best
Yeah.
is just let them do what they're doing. You're doing the right things, and that's why they're criticizing you. So if people start talking about you, it's an old thought, but it is very gold, where when people start talking about you, just think that you're doing something right. That is for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. That would be a very
No
important
worries.
lesson for everyone growing up, because it's not easy. When you grow up, you learn it.
Exactly.
And with time, you try to cope up with the things. But
So
I
true.
want to ask this one thing. When we were talking yesterday, you mentioned that
Yep.
you trying to include the Ravit show in your post and the brand name.
Yeah.
If you work, you should tell. So, can you share that
Yeah.
views with our viewers as well?
Yeah, I think the best is first thing, be proud of your work that you're doing. If you're not proud of the work that you're doing, I think it people might just start doubting you. If I have something which if I'm trying to build for myself, which is a personal brand, the Ravit Show, and if I'm not talking about it, then how am I building it? You need to be a builder to first talk about your things out there. There might be people who might like it, there might be people who might not, who actually might not like it, and there are two sides of a coin, right? So you just need to be on the positive side and talk about your brand. Don't worry about what people think, that okay, why is Ravit talking about the Ravit Show? Obviously, because I have that personal brand with myself, and if it can be helpful to anyone, I should be talking about that. If I'm not talking, maybe I'm not creating something which I'm proud of. So I am proud of what I'm doing, and that's one of the things, what I feel I should let people know. And it's not that I will only benefit out of that. Obviously, I'm creating the personal brand, but people, when they go and visit the Ravit Show, when they see it on YouTube, there are many interviews by such great influencers who are making some amazing, amazing innovation strides in the community, and they can learn out of it. So in the end, it's about a win-win on both the sides. I have my personal brand, but at the same time, the people who are visiting the show and watching the Ravit Show, I think the episodes, and they can get something out of it. I think that would be an achievement for me, definitely. And that's one of the reasons, I don't care if people think that way. I think anyone who, if you are doing something for yourself, and if you are trying to create a personal brand, talk about it. If you're not talking about it, I think you're not creating anything. So yeah.
So you have to be selfish for yourself first so that you can help others.
I think yes, definitely help others. I wouldn't use selfish, but rather be a bit self-obsessed. Be in that space where
Yeah.
you feel that okay, you are doing something for yourself too, and the community is also getting all the benefits that you're doing. If I'm going out there and creating a course tomorrow, and if it's a paid course, obviously that course will be I'll be getting a amount out of it, but at the same time there'll be upskilling for the student, right? So how is it now? Does the brand work? The branding works, the personal brand, how does it work? And it's very similar to what you we are doing right now. If I'm working for Pack Publishing, it's a brand, right? I'm getting paid for it, but at the same time I'm servicing them. So that's the have a vision which is very clear, where if you're creating a brand, you need to talk about it. If you don't talk about it, if I don't have a logo on packed books, I think it wouldn't make sense, right? People might be thinking, okay, who has published this book? First thing, okay, I can see the author's name, but who has published this book? So branding is important. Talk about your brand and be that person that you're not afraid of sharing it anyway. Be proud of your brand, and you will grow definitely.
Thanks. It was an important lesson even for me as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, how do you choose to keep your work life and your
Hmm.
professional goals so manageable at every time? And what has been your lessons like to coming people
Yeah.
in the field that you would tell, okay, I did this mistake, you don't do it?
Okay. So, when talking about the personal life, the work life balance, obviously, it kind of sometimes it gets, very
Yeah.
uh, here and there. But at the same time, you need to, just get back. You need to just get yourself stable and understand that, okay, I am working. I need to make sure that I'm not getting burnt out. I'm on leave at Pact also, since I guess almost now. 7 to 8 days. It's been almost 7 to 8 days I'm on leave because I'm taking that break for myself. It is important. If I don't take that break, I will feel burnt out. And that important break is for everyone. Do take your breaks very well, then get on work full fledgedly. Give a good time to exercise. First thing, I would suggest everyone go out there, exercise, because it is very important. It keeps you refreshed. It keeps me refreshed at least. One thing that I suggest everyone is, give some time off screen, which is more important today. Like Manpreet, obviously we were just talking backstage that, okay, because we have been around so much into screen, it kind of gets overwhelming, right? We all are just maybe in our mobile phones, maybe over the desktops, maybe over the laptops. Just take some time off and just be out there. To your second question, obviously the people who are entering this field, don't, first thing, stop worrying about what people might think about you. Earlier, I might say some few years back, I used to think that, okay, creating a video, how will people like it? Should I be worrying about if I get a like, if I get a reaction? Will someone comment something which is negative? Why do you want to care? You are doing something that you like, right? And just go out there, do it. Once people start connecting to your content that you're creating, and if it is helpful for them, first thing, obviously understand your target audience. If you're creating a video, if it is very well hitting your target audience, they'll love it. But it will take time. It's not a journey that will happen overnight. One has to understand that every journey has a time period that it takes.
Yeah.
And that graph needs to understand. It's I'm sure many of your the audience might have seen a graph where it is a good day and there's a bad day. So you just take every day a new day. And if you're just going through a bad day, if you just posted something and you think, oh, the content, I was believing that it should be fantastic, it will be outstanding, and it just didn't turn out that way, and people don't like it anymore, and people have just not commented or reacted to it, and then suddenly you feel, oh no, what's happening? And that's a bad day for you. But the next morning you just get up and then you're like, okay, I just need to duck out my that last yesterday's post. I'll post something new, but this is an average post. I'm just doing it to duck my yesterday's post. And suddenly you see people reacting so much and you're like, okay, already that's a good day for you. So just take every day a good day or a bad day and start new,
Yeah.
start fresh. Don't worry about what people think. Target your audience right and go out there, do anything you like, but just don't worry about don't be self-conscious. Don't be so self-conscious. We all are humans. We understand if there's a mistake which happens, it's okay. No one's perfect out there, but you're trying. At least there are many people on LinkedIn, they don't even try. Why not? There are many people who reach out to me that, okay, can you give us some tips to post about something? I can't give tips at the because everyone's different, but at the same time
Yeah.
there are a few things that you need to understand when you go out there. Believe in yourself and understand your target audience for a content, and I think definitely it will help you. in a long run it will help you. And connect to the right people, join communities, talk to people, go join Slack channels, maybe have your own LinkedIn groups and all of those things. I think it is very helpful to have that going on a longer run, and it will help a lot of folks, and it will help you to create a space for yourself in that community. So yeah.
Yeah, like adding to that point of yours, sometimes I just put post because I like that thought I read in a book,
Exactly.
or just I like, and that does wonders. That absolutely does wonders. And the post that I
Exactly.
plan so much well, about NLP or any data science concept, that just fails at times. And you never know what works for you, what doesn't. It's just that someday your audience might like some things. Like recently I posted one thing: celebrate your struggles as much as you
Yep.
celebrate your wins. And today I got that
Exactly.
it's in 1% engagement. Like, that was just a
Exactly.
thought I read in a book and that was doing so good. Yeah, so it's
Exactly.
that you need to keep doing. You never know how LinkedIn algorithm works, how people react, they
True.
like what at
True.
what time.
And
So we have this. Yeah,
Manpreet, to add to that, you never know what's gonna, who's watching what, and who will be,
yeah.
messaging tomorrow, and what opportunities will be coming your way. So just go out there and do whatever you're doing, and if you think it's right for you, and if it is something that you want, those are your north stars where you want to go. Trust me, you will get great opportunities. Just give it time, be patient with yourself, and trust me, it you will fly. So yeah.
So we have this one question from Kushal
Yeah.
again, that do you play some sports
Yeah.
and what are your hobbies besides this everything?
Okay, I do play football. I used to play football before COVID. Since a year, like every weekend, I used to go out there play football on the turfs and with a few friends. But with COVID, no, it's not happening. Right now, what I do is I play sports. What I play is badminton with my wife, and I'm happy doing that. But yeah, just keeping being a little away from football is because obviously I don't want to get into the whole COVID scenario. I'm just staying away from the crowd and all of those things. Yeah.
And how do you think that COVID has changed your growth or has contributed in your growth? I think
Mm,
I came to know you during COVID. I met
yeah,
whole community in COVID. So how do you think that it
exactly.
has contributed for you to grow during COVID times?
I think it has been positive for me, obviously, because now the world was on internet, and the world is right now on internet, and things have changed. There are conferences which are happening virtually. There are meetups like we're just talking right now, and we met over internet. We spoke over internet, and I think COVID has been unfortunate for many, and I'm very sorry about that. But definitely for the data community, we've come. There were many benefits too, where people can now you can attend a conference which is happening in say Boston. There's a conference which is happening ODSC Boston. Okay, 30th April I can be there, just because I have internet and I have a screen and I can watch everything happening, and that has helped. That definitely helps you upskill yourself sitting just here, and you don't have to travel there to Boston. At the same time, I miss sometimes meeting people, because obviously we are in a place where we feel that okay, there we need to meet our colleagues, or we need to meet our team, and just chill for a bit. But I think for the data community, I know I'm way now connected to people across the globe, and I daily talk to people in US, Canada, UK, any part of the world, and they also have that availability, because the world is shut, all the borders are closed. Like a few of them are obviously open, but then still, so people are more connected that way now. And yeah, that I think that change has happened, where people have clearly got closer in terms of the COVID hit, and then people have now started meeting up virtually and all of those things. So yeah, that's that.
have few comments for you.
Yeah, personal branding is all about making your. So true. I agree.
And you are an inspirational
Thank
to
you.
many. We have you really add value to the community.
Thank you, Kerry.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
Vishal shares that wise words.
Kushal.
Shruti,
Kushal is
yeah,
Kushal. I would like to tell Kushal is always out there and helping the community, talking to community. So very well done, Kushal, for being so active all the time and being around. And he's always there to learn so much and impart knowledge too. So thanks, Kushal.
yeah, might be our next data scientist of world's best, and we will be interviewing him someday.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. And we
Yep.
have Shruti, your show and you has contributed a lot to community and also made us aware of things going
Thank
on the
you.
data world. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
It
Shruti.
was it was so nice having you on our Chris Talk session.
Yes,
But yeah, we have more comments coming up. Ravit, I don't
Andrea
know how you feel,
Karata.
but you are
Andrea is Andrea is my
yeah.
favorite. He's the guy. Thank you, Andrea.
We have Sai saying that Ravit is awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, I.
And
Thank you very
there's
much.
this one question for you. Hey Ravit, how long did it take to build your community?
Hi, Daksh. Thanks for that question. It does take some time, at least. If I would say somewhere around, I started in 2019 November, so that would be around almost close to 2 years, 1.5 year. Yeah, so around those 1.5 years. So
Yeah.
you can say around 20 months around. You can say that, and yeah, it doesn't it doesn't take a lot of time to build communities. It's just about how you want the community to be. If you want to be in touch with the community personally, like I talk to people personally. I understand what they're doing. Obviously it is very time consuming. It does take a lot of time. I make sure that I'm talking to everyone around me who are interested in what I am doing and what they are doing, because there are many opportunities that might arise. So don't think that talking to someone who has a different field might not be useful or something like that. It might be useful. So don't think it that way. Talk to people, understand their north stars and align it with yours, and trust me, miracles happen. So believe in that.
Wow. That's good. Yeah, talking and communication is one thing very important
Yep.
while you're building up your
True.
network to keep up with your existing network and to grow your new
Very true.
network. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
As we come to end of our session, I would like to play a game
Amazing.
with you. Quick. Okay?
Yes. Wow. This is
Okay?
a surprise. You never told me about games. We do play games on Kaggle Meetup. Wow.
No, so it's basically something fun because a lot of serious talk has been
Oh,
happening here.
yes.
Okay?
Yes. Let's
So
do some
I'll
fun
tell you
stuff.
I'll give you a word and you have to quickly tell me what do you think of what
Oh,
comes to your
okay.
mind when you hear that word.
Okay.
Okay?
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. We'll start now.
Yes. Sure.
Okay. The Rabbit Show.
Mm, okay. I have to be quick.
Yeah, it's rapid fire. You have to
It's
be
love.
quick.
Okay. Rabbit show love.
Okay. A father. Sorry, matlab Tommy. Okay, you take Tommy. No, not
Okay.
their
So my
father.
godfather.
And
Yeah.
data storytelling.
I'm learning data storytelling. That's happening. That's a very nice question. I've just started with the data storytelling course by Kate Strackney, and that's happening. I also have a book actually by Brent X. Now that is something very, I don't know, irony that you asked me about data storytelling. I have a book which is by Brent Dykes that he has sent me signed copy. I'm very happy. He'll also be on my show. So I don't know how you got this word, but it's great. Yes. So I'm
Oh
learning
yeah,
data storytelling. This is new.
Yeah. And
Yep.
how about talking?
Talking. I like talking.
No, you have to tell me what do you think a word associated
Okay.
with talking.
Talking. Community. Community talks. Yes.
Okay. And what do you
Yep.
want to say at the end finally before we log off?
Okay, what I would say is for everyone out there, believe in yourself, go out there, post content every day, tell us what you're doing, make your point. If you have a stand, please stand, be kind to everyone, and obviously do not forget to watch the Ravit show. So yeah, that's about it, but a fun conversation, Manpreet. You are a fantastic host, and I know I've been close to your journey. I
I
you
think you
know
have been the most important part of my journey
oh,
because
that's just
if you never had posted about the opening, I would have never applied. I would have never been in the same company as yours. So
Yeah, no, but then I think that you're just being humble on that side. It's just your hard work. I wasn't there in the interview. Maybe I never recommended you in any way, but you have that in you, and it was fantastic that you got in, and your hard work definitely pays off. So do what you're doing. You're doing fantastic, and thank you everyone for joining. It was a fantastic session, Manpreet. Keep doing
yeah.
what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you
And please
guys.
subscribe to Ravit's show and AIM Learnings
Yes.
for all the videos you want to watch.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Don't forget to subscribe to the Ravit Show. I'll plug it everywhere possible.
Yeah. Bye, guys.